Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Portland Trail Blazers versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Full game highlights, reaction, and review. Let's get into it. As the fellas get started, you see Josh Hart getting right to it. That's one thing in the last couple games, Josh Hart has definitely got back to doing what Josh Hart does. The best rebounding guard at his size. He plays small forward, but come on, he's an off guard. We know this. The NBA is infatuated with positionless basketball right now, so it is what it is. As we see Jared Allen, give me Jared Allen. And hey, look, everybody knows how I feel about Eubanks, and I like Nurk. You know, he's been there, so they're going to be loyal to Nurk. They're going to show the same loyalty as they show to Dame. But man, Jared Allen, and look at his numbers at the end of this game. Look at Jared Allen's numbers at the end of this game, and he did that by himself. Eubanks and Nurk didn't have to. I want to see if them two combined had the numbers that Jared Allen had by himself. And mind you, Jared Allen has Eton Mobley next to him. Evan Mobley next to him. I said Eton. Evan Mobley next to him. Robin Lopez backing him up. You know, they got some big guys. Kevin Love, who wasn't there this game, who didn't play this game. But I mean, they have some big guys, man. So Jared Allen, man, wow. I'm impressed with that. I would love to have him on this Trailblazer ball club. That's championship material right there. Almost similar to what JaVale McGee was able to bring with the Warriors and the Lakers. I can see Jared Allen doing that for the Trailblazers. But if the Cavs were ever to let him go. Good shot right there by Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant, I'm looking forward to Jeremy Grant being a little more mentally strong. Just when it comes to his play, I'm not saying like he's out here making mistakes or anything like that. I'm just saying some of the way he drives and the way he takes some of his shots, he's always trying to fall on the ground, man. Even just when there's no reason to fall on the ground, he'll just fall on the ground. I don't understand that. So we'll see if he adjusts that. If he gets a little tougher mindset where he understands he doesn't have to do that. That way it's more obvious when he is knocked to the ground. As we see the turnovers. Turnovers were a problem again. I think it was about 17 turnovers this game. That's been an issue this season. Even a couple games where we held the turnovers down to under double digits. I believe we still lost those games. I have to check all the numbers. Donovan Mitchell was open often. It was just lack of communication, pretty much. But it was all right. I mean, you can tell the guys were out here trying to figure out, what rotations, how guys will respond. And look at Jared Allen playing out at some adversity. I know it was a couple times. We'll see Nurk stepping out. Nurk's falling in love with that. But it was a couple times we saw some instances where look at Justice Winslow hitting a three. I know Justice was trying hard this game to work on his offense. Again, guys, there's not a lot of practice. It's not like you have a lot of time to practice. You basically have almost no time to go to the gym and shoot on your own in between games or anything like that. Like it's really hard to work on things during times where you're not actually playing, So I noticed he was definitely he was definitely trying to work on some because they need him to. If he's going to be out there on the court as much as they might need him to be on the court, he's going to have to contribute offensively and not just in passing the ball. He's going to have to be a threat so the defense will at least be honest, so they don't play him like Ben Simmons. Everybody knows how great Ben Simmons is playmaking and passing the ball, but when guys just back up 6-7 feet, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's so. Okay, look at Watford. Now this is when it was good to see. It was this third quarter where the young guys got some extended minutes, and they need that. They needed this. I mean, obviously we were all looking forward to this game. This is Coach Billups versus Coach Bickerstaff, two Colorado guys. So we were definitely looking forward to having fun with this game. But you also can see that the Trailblazers are where the Cavaliers were a year or two ago. The Cavaliers were restocking, rebuilding. Like I said, like you guys heard me say, I don't like using that word, but they were definitely restocking. As we see, nice from Eubanks, a nice finish from Eubanks. And the Trailblazers were there now, So this is an opportunity, as the Cavs did when they were taking their lumps. And they still look good. We saw how the Cavs finished, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think it'll be the same thing with the Trailblazers this season. We're going to take some lumps, learning and getting better, just like right there. Look at this. Was that the same? Yeah, that was the same play. That was just way too easy. Watford will learn how to box out better. And he won't learn how to box out better on the bench. He's got to be out there. That's what I mean by taking your lumps. And the Cavs did that. Nasir Little did good. Shaden Sharp kind of. This is the time for the young fella where I hope they have the right people to help him mentally. They can always call me, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want the young fella to get down on himself, or you don't want his confidence to waver. You got to find little things to poke at as far as encouragement to kind of inflate him a little bit and keep him buoyant, so to speak, so that way he doesn't sink, because sometimes you can see what other rookies are doing. You can hear what other people are saying about you as far as the potential, your ability, and all these things, man. And it makes you feel a certain type of way, as we see Jared Allen with a wonderful. That's just anyway. You hear those things, and you wanna be that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he's not. It's just he has to get there. And he has to want to get there by putting in the type of effort that's needed on both ends, and mentally, not just physically out there flying around, reacting, not thinking, but mentally, man, staying locked in with every dribble, with every, out there, no matter what's going on defense, just staying locked in, staying in a certain, with certain energy, where it shows that you're out there engaged. And he's shown too many times already where it looks, even if it's not the case, it looks as if it's not engaged because of the type of energy that he's giving off, So they want to correct that, because again, the more engaged he is, the better it is for him and the team, because that kid can flat out play, and the sky's the limit if he's locked in and engaged, you know what I'm saying, night in and night out. So that's what they want to work on with him. And you can see the guys, the whole team working on things, to get better, because they know what they have. They know what they can do. This should be a play-in, playoff team if not a flat out playoff team, knowing what they can do. Now, will they do what they can do? We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Can Dame stay healthy? Can they figure out the right balance between Nurk and Eubanks as far as when Nurk is in there, he's going to want the ball a couple times. When Eubanks is in there, he's just going to happen to get the ball a couple times, regardless if he wants it. He's not the type of player where he's looking to get the ball, but he's definitely ready for it. You got to find that balance between those two. And then, so obviously, that's the offense speaking. And now with the defense, Eubanks is better at challenging and changing shots and even blocking shots. And then we see Nurk challenging shots more. He's even blocked a couple shots because he's actually challenging shots now, which is something he wasn't even doing before. So you can see the little things. You can see the improvements where guys are focusing on building themselves where they're not as strong at, which is what you want to see. You know, you can see Coach Billups coaching these guys up as much as he can during game situations. And you're going to see how it pays off later on. Obviously, you want to see those results and application changes right now, but it's going to take a little time. You know, for some of the guys to get in mental shape and some of the guys to get in physical shape. You know, you see Nurk. Looks like Nurk is working himself into better shape. He was faster more often in this game. And you can see when Nurk is doing that, they like to reward him with the minutes. But again, you got to see where that drop off is. Is it because of Nurk defensively and they get him in that high pick and roll action? He can't move and recover the way Eubanks can, you know, to move and recover and get to those dive downs, to those flashes to protect the rim. Eubanks can from the top of the key on down, he can recover fast. Nurk can't do. I mean, you're giving up some situations because even with that, you know, your help defense has to overcompensate, and now, you know, wide open threes, you know, and all of that comes off of that action, you know, and those are things you got to think about over the course of the game, starting every half, you know, starting the first quarter, starting the third quarter, and good teams are going to take advantage of that, you know, as you saw. The Cavs took advantage of it with Jared Allen, and his numbers were fantastic. So, I mean, and obviously, even when Eubanks was in there, it was some challenges there, and it made it more difficult. But he still was able to have some success around the rim. So that was just a good game for Jared Allen. And like I said, I would love to have him on the ball. Oh, my goodness. And that's no disrespect to anybody on the team. Everybody knows what he's capable of, or what he does. Actually, it's not even about what he's capable of. Everybody knows what he does, what he brings to a team without getting in the way of anybody else. You know, and that's the key. You know, you got guys who can attack and do things. Jeremy Grant, Anthony Simon, the Killer Ant. You got Dame Dollar. You know what I'm saying? You got guys that can get downhill. You got guys that can create. You want to get out their way. You know what I'm saying? Create some space and some opportunity, which is why we see Nurk around the 3-point line more, because you got to create some space for these guys to be able to do what they can do, and that's going to help the team also. Josh Hart, you know. These guys can do things, man. You got to give them some opportunities and space to do it. So we'll see how those things play out, how all the visions match up. Remember, the NBA is a funny place where sometimes the visions don't match. You know, you can have different visions throughout the organization at one time. Thankfully, it looks like within the Trailblazer organization, like all the visions are matching up, so to speak. They might not be all lined up identically or on the same exact patterns, but it seems that the visions are lined up good. So, I mean, good enough, so to speak. So So we'll see how the team bounce back against the New York Knicks, Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying? Look forward to that. And thank you guys for joining me. And I'll see you on the next one. All right.